Hey guys, I'm trying to stand in a new spot for this intro, but I'm scared we're too close to the embroidery room. There were more things I wanted to do to soundproof that room, or at least muffle the sound, but I never got around to it. I should finish that, like maybe put a rug under the machines and some soundproofing on the door itself. Because we got some soundproofing on the walls around the machines, but we need more. It doesn't really bother me till I go to edit my clips and I can hear just a little zzz in the background. Anyway, it's Monday. I have a lot of orders to pack today. I have 36 that came in over the weekend. Like, what the heck? I guess it is still kind of close to the shop update. The shop update was on the 4th. But still, that's a good chunk to come in between packing sessions because I pack twice a week. So I'll get to those later, but first I want to show some embroidery stuff because yesterday I spent 6 hours digitizing the Halloween cat design and I haven't even tested it yet, so I'm still going to need to make tweaks. So I'll overlay a little time lapse of how it's going to stitch out because you can play back the stitching in the digitizing software. And this design is huge. This is why I was trying to design something different from the sketchbook cover for the sweatshirts because I knew it would be an insanely high stitch count. And ultimately I decided I did like the design so much I wanted just that on a sweatshirt. But it is 55,000 stitches as of right now. Certain areas might need their stitch density increased after the stitch test or things tweaked, like I'm scared the stitch count's only going to go up from here. So it's probably going to be an over 1 hour long stitch out. We usually run our machine around 1200 stitches per minute, but we can bump that up if needed. But you also have to factor in the machine stopping to trim the thread to move to a new section or switch to a new thread color. So the more stops there are, the longer it takes. And this one's going to have a lot of trims. I tried my best to join some areas with run stitches, but some areas I didn't want to join them too long because some of these stitches are behind the black stem of the plants. And I'm like, if this gets off register even a little bit, you're going to see the stitch underneath it. And so I tried to stick to just joining shorter areas together because then I can stitch an area and just travel to the next area if something's going to get stitched over top of that in-between area later, you know what I mean? Like it'll stitch out Kiki and then it travels over to one of Midna's eyes and fills that in because I need that eye filled in first. Then the orange gets filled in and then more black gets filled in. It's just the order it needs to go. So anyway, things like that. And ordering items so that it travels in a certain path to try to minimize machine movement just to speed up the stitch out time. There's a lot of that. And stitching this out is going to be oh so fun. Like the stitch tests are going to be an hour each. I'm sure I can hide some elements and stitch out just certain sections that are problematic. But at least a couple of the stitch outs are going to have to be the full thing because I need to see how the different elements overlap because I might have too much overlap between certain elements or not enough between others. Maybe there's a bit of the fabric showing. It's gonna take a while. And so Christian today is working on the sweatshirts, the Lunamont sweatshirts, because we're restocking the crew necks in sizes extra large, 2XL and 3XL, because those have been out. So once he's done for the day, and he usually stops around 5, then I can go in and do my test stitching. So yeah, I want to troubleshoot embroidery, although I don't know how much I'll get to that today because like if I just have the evening, there's not that much time. Plus I'm going to watch MILF Manor with Brooklyn and Anthony later because it comes out every Sunday. So it came out last night, but I missed last night's episode and the one from the week before. So we got a double feature tonight we're going to watch together because we were watching MILF Manor while I was visiting their place down in Vegas. And so we're watching the rest of the season together online. But anyway, yeah, stitching out stuff and packing orders because the orders are going to be enough to keep me busy for hours. That's probably like 4 hours of packing by myself, maybe. Depends what's all in the order. Some orders are faster than others. Plus, I'm tempted to go live on TikTok because I haven't done that in a while, and that will slow me down too. Okay, I'm going to keep this quick because you've already seen me unbox this. Because I got it shipped to my sister's place and then I reshipped it to myself and that ended up costing me $60 US to reship it, so it was not worth it. I'm just going to stick to the reshipping service I currently use. So we only have 4 colors in this design, which is the fewest I've ever had in one of my embroidery designs, but it just works. Because this is the color scheme of the Halloween update plus brown. But in this case, the blanks are brown. Oh, and I was going to get Christian to do the zip-ups first, because that would be the easier thing for me to digitize is the sleeve design. But we don't have that many of the zip-up blanks. I just can't get my hands on very many of them. So I'm making him do the crew necks, because we have all the crew necks already. Oh yeah, another thing I want to do is finalize the Kiki sticker that matches the Midna one I showed you in the last vlog. Here's the Midna one amongst the flowers. I drew the Kiki to go amongst the flowers on my iPad the other day, and so I need to bring her into Photoshop to do the floral arrangement because my project is hitting layer limits in Procreate, so I brought it all over to Photoshop to finish it. So that's where the proper file is. So I'll take my Procreate drawn Kiki, move her in to Photoshop. Oh, Kiki, she's drowning. This water's gonna get cold soon. Just do a little final shake. Although I didn't bring down a plate. Oh no. Or a spoon. That's why I'm kind of stirring it with the cat. I've been having the occasional tea. I'm not a huge tea person, but just been having the occasional one for comfort in the morning because I'm not having any coffee lately. I've had some. I've had a couple iced coffees, but I'm not doing like my go-to morning coffee every morning. I just want to see if my energy levels are more stable throughout the day. And it's been over 2 weeks now since I stopped my morning coffee because I stopped drinking it when I was sick and then I just kept up with it. I couldn't really tell how it was affecting me while I was sick, but since I've been better, I do feel more energetic so far. Like, I don't feel like I'm having any caffeine withdrawals, but maybe I was in that first week, but I just didn't know. Like, I had headaches, but I thought that was just from my cold. And I don't drink that much coffee. I have like 1 or 2 cups a day normally, and lately it's been just 1. Although the Nespresso coffees are quite strong. They're like 175 or so milligrams of caffeine per cup. And that's on the high end for a single cup. Okay, I gotta grab more of these because my stack's really low. And then this is what I've been using for the freebie stickers since I'm out of birdies. And I only have 2 here, so I need to grab more. But anything I grab to put in this pile, I need to deduct from my shop inventory. So I can't just grab a stack and throw it here. I gotta actually count. Grab a handful here. I was gonna count out 50, but maybe I should count 100 because I'm gonna be using 36 today. That's gonna deplete this pile. That's 25. Okay, there's 100. I've also got some stuff here, just left over from the trick-or-treaters last year. I want to throw these in random Halloween orders during the Halloween shop update. And I've got 2 Cauldron Cutie prints. But yeah, I'll just put these in people's orders until I run out. But not yet. Not yet. I haven't gone live on TikTok in so long that I probably got kicked out of TikTok Studio. Probably lost access. Let's open it and see. Because I think I was past the 14-day probation period, but there's a 180-day probation period. Or was I out of the 14? I don't know. Let me see. You have to keep streaming, otherwise you'll lose access to the software. So it'll be like, you need to stream this many times in this many days. But there are different tiers to that. Because if I can't go live from here, I'll have to go live from my phone. Okay, yes, I have 180-day access. It expires in 119 days. So I can go live from here. Yay! So I was thinking of making some overlays of some of the products. Like, can I overlay a slideshow? That'd be nice. I decided I'm not even going live today. I just don't think I'm gonna have time. I have to get these orders out before the mailman gets here. So I'm just gonna pack. Okay, it's over an hour later. I've packed 3 letter mail things and that's it. Because I went to the post office. There was stuff I had to look into. And so I'm really running out of time now. I mean, I'm sure I can get through all this stuff. I just kind of need to buckle down and get it done without trying to film anything really. I'll film a little bit, just maybe a little bit. Okay, this one has 3 mouse pads, which are over on the table. Strawberry, Lunamoth, tulip bun. Meow. Meow. And a notepad bundle. This is for Margaret. But yeah, I wanted to see if some packages were returned to me, and I could not get it out of my mind. And so I was like, I need to just go check now. I'm going to the post office now. So I went, and I go to open my P.O. box, and my keys won't fit in my P.O. box. It turns out my P.O. box expired, and they gave it to someone else. So if there was something waiting for me behind the counter, I wouldn't know. Like, there is a mail person who is familiar with my packages, but she was not there. And so this guy was like, I need a tracking number. And I was trying to be like, there's usually just like a bundle of stuff with the flower tape on it. They're all combined together in the bag. He's like, no, I need a tracking number. I didn't get anything. But also I lost my P.O. box and went to get a new one. And they said there's none left. The P.O. box thing is tricky because, like, I use it as my return address for the packages, so I don't have to use my home address as the return address. And in Vancouver, I just used a flex delivery address, which is essentially a virtual P.O. box. They just hold your package behind the counter, and they will send you an email anytime there's a package there. And that's so convenient. But when I started doing that when I first moved here, I got in trouble for it. The mail lady's like, no, you can't do that. Although she was also kind of mad at me for bringing all those packages in that one time. So like after that bringing in all the mail incident, we got told, don't bring big batches of mail in anymore and stop using your flex delivery as your return address. So they told me I could only have a physical P.O. box as my return address. And so I said, okay, can I sign up for a physical P.O. box? And they said, well, no, our P.O. boxes are for letters only. You can't receive packages at them. And I'm like, well, then what am I supposed to do? But since I was only using it for returned packages, I wouldn't receive very much to the P.O. box, so they allowed me to have it. I want to talk while I pack, but this is too loud. But with a physical P.O. box, you don't know that you have a package unless you go open the box and you have a card in there saying you have a package behind the counter. And so I wouldn't know when stuff got returned to me. I would just go check occasionally and hope that the package is still there and that I can still pick it up. But like flex delivery, they email you, right? So anyway, there are no physical P.O. boxes left anymore. So I'm like, whatever, I'm just gonna use my flex delivery. I asked the guy behind the counter, I was like, can I use flex delivery? He's like, yeah, just call this number, they'll set up flex delivery for you. I already have it set up. I don't need to set it up. I've got it already, but I'm getting conflicting information. It seems online like it is more so for personal use because they don't want you getting like big business shipments and stuff there, but it's only for return address stuff. So I've just tweaked the return address to just say Baylee J. Brazo instead of saying the business name, because then maybe they'll let me receive packages if they think it's a personal package. Although the lady that knows my packages, she would know. But the other people wouldn't know. So I'm back to using the flex delivery address until I get in trouble for it. Hey, I'm missing a certain box type. No, there's none folded. Okay, I'm gonna set that one aside for now. I need some boxes, so Christian is gonna fold some for me. This next one we can do, because it fits in a VHS box, for Alice, the strawberry, the Luna, and the locking clutches. We actually need to build more of these. I just grabbed the last one. I have more locking clutches. I just need to assemble them into their sets. Hello? The camera's sitting on a Rick. We had a tape jam. Okay, it's fixed. I think that's all I'm going to film. I just need to get going. I need to bust these out fast, so I will check in later. Quarter after 3. I just got the orders done in time. The mailman could be here any second. I was going real fast at the end there. I made it. Okay, I have the TikTok video made. I didn't add that many photos because I don't want this to be too long of a loop. I'd kind of like to keep it as a highlights reel of either my favorite things are things I want to sell, the kind of hero items like the sketchbooks and the clothing. So yeah, just a little slideshow flashing at the top of the stream, because that top area is just like the boxes up here. And so it's kind of nice to fill that space with some product. And the camera won't be facing the wall like that, obviously. The camera's off to the side right now. It'll be normally sitting right here. But yeah, that was great. That's all set up for a live stream now. What are you squawking about? Okay, come in. Come in. Isn't this your usual routine? You go into the catio when Daddy opens it, and not when I open it? Okay. She does not recognize my authority. Oh, I just realized my mic. Oh, there we go. I just realized my mic was set up wrong the whole day, because in the intro I switched up the order. Like, I switched it so it's recording just from the front. Wait, no. Oh, we got her. Did you say I put a cushion in there, Minush? I'm gonna have to take it out though at night, but it's from the center of one of your cat beds. Oh! Okay, I just want to insert a little shout out here. I wanted to direct you real quick to someone's YouTube channel. She's been back for a little while after a break from posting, and the algorithm has not been kind to her. She's looking for a little extra boost and asked if I could give her a shout out, so here I am. The channel is Sekuems. Her name's Emily. She's one of the OG art YouTubers. She's been around for so long, and so she needs a little boost right now. So if you're interested in checking out her videos, she has really gorgeous artwork. I'll overlay some of that here. So if you want to check her out, link is down below. Okay, Christian's done the sweatshirts. He's now just adding names to them all, so he's only using one machine because we only have one fast clamp. So I can go in there and start my tests, but it's just like noisy in there. I want to vlog in there. I can't when it's all noisy. Now this floral arrangement is the midnight arrangement. I need to rearrange them now to suit Kiki. She's a little longer. Midna's like a vertical one. Kiki's a horizontal one. Oh my god, it's the stars of the Halloween launch. Oh my goodness. Excuse me, are you Kiki and Midna from the Baylee J Halloween launch? Oh my god. Please scratch my forearm. Thanks. This cable's wrapped in a cord of some kind, so it's kind of fabric-like, and it's all wet. Now, into the embroidery room. Oh, we've got a lot of 3XL left and 2XL. What are you doing in here? Are you here to vomit? Get out of here. Time to dig through my scraps for something to embroider on. I'm gonna use this for my testing. It's very chewed up because at some point fabric bunched up and the hoop had to be cut out of the sweater. Kiki, can you please? This is why you're not allowed in here. Even cut me a piece of stabilizer. How sweet. The piece is only wide enough to cover the sides. The top and bottom are floating, so I want this snap on. Don't normally use these things. Okay, hopefully that's good. That's how it looks. These arms are too far apart, so I'm gonna have to bring them in. So I like to open the file in Melco Design Shop and then also the Melco OS. The OS is what runs the machines. The Design Shop is where you can digitize stuff, but I have different software that I use. I use Wilcom. But I open it up in here first so I can position it in the hoop. Because I don't want this centered in the hoop, I want it towards the top. And so I nudge it up and send that to the machine so that the positioning is correct every time. And I think I'm ready to hit go. I'm nervous. So I have it set to 1300 stitches per minute, and its time estimate is about 54 minutes, although it often takes a little bit longer than that. And if there's a thread break, of course that adds time. Supper's gonna be ready soon, so I'll just let that run and hope it doesn't stop. Bobbin break. Bobbin break. Honestly, the bobbin looks fine, but this orange thread does not. God, it's so fast. I've never had it running this fast before. It sounds different. It sounds scary. And it can go faster. It can go up to 1500. I don't want to have to keep babysitting this thing for thread breaks, so I'm probably just going to run it once tonight. And then tomorrow, Christian can babysit my practice runs because he's caught up with the sweatshirts. He has nothing to embroider tomorrow, although he might not be done the names. He might not be done the names on the shirts, but still he'd be doing that on the other machine, so I can be running my embroidery tests. He can be in there just to watch in case the machines stop. And that would be a better use of my time because I don't want to hang out in there just in case the machine stops all night tonight. Even if I did, I would probably need to do more test stitch outs tomorrow. So I'll just get Christian to watch that for me. And as soon as I stopped recording that clip, the machine stopped. It heard me, it heard me. The black thread. I am going to wait till this stitch out is done though, so I'm going to plan the rest of my week in the meantime. Okay, here's the stitch out. I gotta take a close look at it, figure out what I'm gonna change. Do I want to scale it down to reduce the stitch count? Maybe. Here's my hand compared to it. But it's looking pretty good at first glance. The flowers making me a little dizzy. I do feel like I need to increase the stitch density on the flowers. That black filled so nicely. What the heck? So solid. The orange has a little bit of an error here. I think just when it overlapped, because it'll like stitch out some this way and then stitch some this way, and that's where they meet. So I can maybe just try increasing the overlap there. This was a little off register. I'm just noticing. Also, I saw it do something really weird because I was checking on it when it was partway done, and this bottom whisker, it was normal thickness until about halfway, and then it got super skinny. It was almost as if it didn't finish the whisker, and that was so weird to me. And then I was watching it do the final stitches. It does Kiki's eyes and then it's done. But instead it came over here at the very end and finished the whisker. Like, why would it do half the whisker like that? I don't understand because it's one object. It's one object. So why would it do half the object then come back later? I don't understand. All my run stitches seem to be nicely hidden behind the black, which is nice. We've got another little thread drag here, so that's stuff that would have to be trimmed. Yeah, a few little threads to trim. Yeah, Kiki, is this you? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll take a closer look in the morning, but at first glance, that's looking pretty darn nice. Here it is compared to the Luna Moth design. So yeah, maybe I'll shrink it down a little bit. It'll stitch out completely differently though if I shrink it down. Like, it's got to recalculate all the stitches, so it could stitch out differently. Like, I might come across more problems once I scale it down. Wait, you know what? I see a teeny bit of shirt in there. I don't think it's the yellow that's crooked. I think it's the black that's crooked. And now it kind of makes sense because it stitches the black first. Like, it'll stitch Kiki and then come over and stitch this eye. But why did I do it like that? Like, why don't I just have it stitch it when it does the black? Because it does orange first, then black. I don't actually know the reasoning behind that decision. So maybe, yeah, maybe I'll change the order of when it stitches the eyeball. But yeah, okay, that's a strong start. It helps that I'm getting better at digitizing and I kind of know what settings work well for my machine and my thread. Because I swear this thread's a little thinner than the standard Madeira thread, even though they're both 40 weight. I swear the matte thread is thinner. And let's show the back. Whoa. Whoa. It's now time for MILF Manor. It's now Tuesday and I've been doing more embroidery tests. I did one full test and now I'm on to the second one of the day, so third overall. And I'm also trying to prep files for wooden magnets of the kitties. These might be too big. I might need to print it at some smaller sizes. This was the size test print, but I keep bringing the files into the file for the manufacturer and then I keep deleting them because I'm making changes. Because I have it laid out like this, but I keep having to repaste these in because I keep changing things, and I'm going to change things again. I think I'm going to make the brown border thicker. And at first I didn't have a brown border at all, but I want it printed color all the way to the edge, and I could have the natural wood color showing through, but I feel like having the Halloween cat brown would be better. So I'm doing that, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna add an extra stroke around this to make it thicker, so I gotta repaste them in. But also, I messed up my Photoshop file that had all these flowers in it, because I had them all in their own layer, and I accidentally overwrote it. Because I opened up that file and did a save as a copy, so I could have a second copy of the Photoshop file to make into the magnets and merge layers and stuff, but I never opened that saved as one. Like, I should have just done a regular save as, not save as a copy, because then I was still working in the original file. And so at some point I hit save, and so it overwrote what I had, and I tried to just revert the file, but it wouldn't go back. And I tried to undo a bunch of times, and it wouldn't go back very many steps. So I only have the flattened versions of the files that I've saved, which is probably fine. I do need those flowers for other things, but I can just grab them again from the original file, like the original Halloween cats file and like the Procreate file where I drew the flowers. But in terms of this specific design, I no longer have the layers. Like, I have a kitty layer and a flower layer, and that's it. But yeah, these are gonna be 2 layers of wood. So base layer, top layer. I just don't know what they're gonna say about the kitties. Like, can they cut around it like that? Are the tails too close? Do we need to get rid of the whiskers? I don't know. I can see what they say. The Kiki needs to be slightly bigger, otherwise she looks tiny because it's wider. This one, the measurement is the height, because the height is slightly bigger than the width. But this one, the width is quite a bit wider than the height, so that's why they're not exactly the same dimensions. I kind of like this size here. So this is the first one I did this morning with the new size, the new scaling. And I made just a few more tweaks, and so this one is super close. We're basically there. Midnight's eye is still stitching out weird, so I'm gonna change how it's done, because it's the 3rd attempt and it's still a little wonky. The other eyes are easier because they're just on solid black, but this one, it needs to align with the orange and with the black. And this is really close, but I just need a tiny bit more tweaking. And other than that, I think the design is done. The rest looks really good. And I'm anxious to see it on brown. I was filming a bunch of clips on my phone, a close-up of the embroidery, and I'm like, I should probably be getting these clips on brown, not on purple. So I might have to refilm those later. And this was done on a full bobbin. The bigger design, the bobbin ran out. For for this design, it did not. Not every bobbin is the exact same length, so it's possible for some of them it'll run out, but it's nice when you don't have to switch out the bobbin, because sometimes the thread kind of gets messed up when the bobbin runs out and it doesn't look good. I had to bring in these photos one last time. I shortened the whiskers because I think that was going to cause a problem. They stick out like a teeny little bit, but just like a little bump. It looks better with long whiskers, but for this product, they need to be short. So I'm going to submit this right now. Now, moving on to the next task, I want to get my enamel pins made because production for enamel pins takes usually a full month, sometimes a little bit longer, and takes a few days to ship. And I also have to quality check all the pins before our shop updates, so that's one of the longer items in terms of production time. It's really not that long, but compared to like getting notepads made from a local place, it's longer. So I need to get back into Photoshop and do more stuff. I just want to get away from my computer right now, but I need to do the pins. I'm also trying to think of how I'm doing this because it would be nice to combine Kiki and Midna into one pin, possibly. I also still really like the idea of a jack-o'-lantern with flowers coming out of the top of it. I was thinking that could be a sticker design, but that could be a pin. Like if I'm gonna combine the Kiki Midna into one pin, then I could do another one. I don't really want to do more than 2 enamel pins though, so I gotta decide. What are you doing up there? Kiki, you're giving your sister bad ideas. Now, what if the pin is something like this? I gotta simplify it down still, but I was worried that these would compete too much with the pins, even though they're different. Like it's a different product type, but maybe they shouldn't be the same artwork used in order to help differentiate them a bit. So I do something like this. I just have to thicken these a lot. I can't have it be too spindly. Alternatively, it's like solid metal between everything, and then this is actually filled with black color. So the design has to be modified, but this is kind of a rough idea. I think that's cute. So I tweaked the design to make some of these elements bigger and thickened these black lines. And then what I did is I added a stroke to everything. And I have a merged version of that because it wouldn't let me select just the stroke. So I got the merged version. I can just select the red area and fill it in with black. And then I have some nice clean outlines without having to retrace over everything. And I'm still filling in more because I'm filling in this with black. Anything black is going to be the metal. And then I also need to just do more details with the metal. There's more to do, but we got the clean outline as a starting point. Okay, I've got the pin done. This is my little mock-up that I sent to the manufacturer along with a PSD that has the line art on a layer, all the color on one layer, and then the back stamp, which is the Baylee logo, on a layer. I just don't know if I want to do a second pin or not, so I feel like I will think on it overnight. I would like to get this ordered ASAP, so I'll give myself to the morning to decide if I'm doing a second pin, and if I'm not going to do one, I'll send this off. I'm torn now about the jack-o'-lantern with flowers coming out because I have the flowers here in this one, and they're coming up from behind Midna, so will that feel too similar? Probably. What I like about this design is it can be Halloween-y or it could not be. It's 2 cats and flowers. So it could be just considered a Kiki Midna pin, or it could be considered Halloween-y because of the color scheme and the fact that there are cats, including a black cat. It really works for either or. I've had the Jenny Nicholson Star Wars video on in the background. I'm 2 hours and 15 minutes in. I'll resume watching that when I work on more merch. And the 4th and final stitch out of this design is looking pretty good. And it's now Wednesday. We watched the hockey game last night. This is a Flames household. I don't really watch hockey that much these days. Christian's a big Flames fan, and I was a Flames fan when I was into hockey. But like, I gotta root for the Oilers because they're the Canadian team, but Christian's actively rooting against them because they're the Flames' biggest rival. So yeah, we've been watching the hockey games. We missed the 8-1 game though. Game 4 we missed, and that would have been crazy. Although this last game was crazy. It's more intense when the score is close. And for those not familiar with how the Stanley Cup Finals work, they play 7 games and it's best of 7. So the first team to win 4 games wins. And Florida had won the first 3 games and Edmonton hadn't won any, but then Edmonton went and won the next 2. And Edmonton will have to win the following 2 if they want to win. If they recover from a 3-0 deficit, that would be crazy. Anyway, it's stream day and I'm working on the Mousie art today. I was just getting everything set up and doing some some finishing touches to the sketch of the Mousie art. Because look at this thing. It's a detailed, cluttered piece. And so just this morning I went and drew in this plant, scribbled in some of the outside elements, added a little more clutter on the counter, added this clutter on the floor, added the drawer pulls. They almost look like little hands. Is that weird? I was trying to make it look a little bit like this, but I might need to modify it when I draw the clean sketch. And by clean sketch, I just mean line art, because this sketching is clean enough. And so some of this stuff is finished line art, like the Mousie, the countertops, and all the cupboards are done, the curtains, this foreground plant. So some of it is done, but the rest of it, not done. Basically, all the rest of the props and clutter, these drawers, that all needs the clean lines. So that's what I'm going to work on during the stream, is just cleaning up the lines. And if I have time to start getting to the color, that would be nice. About an hour till the stream starts, so I'm going to get some food, possibly fix up my hair a little bit. I mean, it looks okay. It's fully air dried, so it's kind of stringy looking. I try to go for a heavier breakfast before streams. This is gourmet. I'm excited. Alright, I just brushed out my hair and it already looks so much better. It actually air dried really nice. It doesn't always look this good air dried. And I put on more blush. It's very intense, but when I was doing my stream setup, it looked like I wasn't wearing any makeup at all. And so I was like, oh, I need more blush. I just looked so washed out. So it's a lot, but it's for the stream. I was gonna say for the camera, but I'm on camera right now. It's for the stream camera specifically. I might just change these to simple knobs. I don't like how it's overlapping with this little cheese pin cushion. It's taken away from the cuteness of that, and it just kind of overlaps weird with some of this stuff. So I think I'm just switching to knobs. Okay, that was the sketchy one. The other long lines are pretty much where I sketched them. This one didn't have one sketched in, and I was just like, I think I was just following the line of the curtain when I drew those ones. I would love to start getting in some flat color today. I gotta go fast. But how long is all this line art gonna take? There's so many items to draw. There's no sense in erasing around each leaf because the color layer is gonna cover that. Now let's move on to this plant, which is a little similar. It's got a tuft at the top, though, of big leaves and then fewer vines. Remember the days when Baylee scream could shatter headphones? Those were the days. I mean, it still happens during, like, Fall Guys streams and stuff. Some of these lines are not the way I mean to do it, but then my hand kind of slips. But I'm like, oh, actually, that looks more natural. The more irregular vegetation looks, the more natural it looks. Christian has officially started stitching out on the brown sweatshirt, so this is how it looks on the brown. So good. So good! I love it. This is on an extra small. The design's staying the same size regardless of sweatshirt size as usual, but yeah. Such a big embroidery area. So good. Okay, wait, let me try holding this up or something. What if I try holding it up like this, too? Yeah, oh yeah, there we go. So cute. Okay, it's 5:10. I just ended this stream. It's a little earlier than I usually do it, but Photoshop was freezing on me at the end, and even when I would reopen it, it was freezing again. I'm hoping that's just because I was live streaming. It should hopefully be fine in the future. And so I ended up picking the giveaway winners a little earlier because I was going to do it at 5, but I did it a little early because I was just sitting there with nothing to do. So I'm going to overlay the winners. I only have their email and the country they're from, and I don't want to just hand out people's emails, so I have to censor them to a certain capacity. So I'm censoring the ends of all the names, and one of them is a little generic because there aren't that many letters, so there's not much to censor. So it could apply to multiple people, but I guess just check your email. So if that doesn't match your email, then it's not you. But you could check just in case. And check your spam folders because they could end up going there. You never know. And I'm about to email them right now on Wednesday. And they have 1 week to get back to me. And if they don't get back to me, then I'm picking a new winner in their place. So thank you to everyone who entered by joining my mailing list. You can still join my mailing list if you want to, because then I can notify you about shop updates if you want to be notified when new stuff drops. But yeah, I'm going to get emailing those people right away. And I'm also just going to set up for a little game stream. And then I'm going to have supper, and then I'm going to do the game stream because the Elden Ring DLC just came out. And I don't usually do the midweek gaming streams, But it kind of works out tonight because Christian has Pathfinder with the boys. It's like D&D but online. And so he'll be busy with that. So I'm like, oh, this is a good time to stream. And then I'm going to do my big monthly gaming stream on the 29th. So usually I do those early in the month, not late in the month, but there just hasn't really been a good time until now. So Saturday the 29th will be the big gaming stream, and that'll probably be exclusively Fall Guys unless I really want to start with something else or like do more Elden Ring. But I'm probably gonna end up doing a lot of the Elden Ring DLC off stream, honestly. But I just thought it'd be really fun to start it on stream because I haven't started it yet. And it'd be fun to go to the DLC area together and be like, whoa. So that's what I'm doing for the rest of tonight. Inserting clip. I thought the DLC was out already. It's not. So I'll play Fall Guys tonight. I saw stuff on Reddit days ago, like a spoiler mega thread. I thought it was out. I thought it was out like last weekend. I guess not. That's okay. I'm also in the mood to play Fall Guys, so I'll just do that. Unlocks in approximately 17 hours. I should just be doing this stream tomorrow. Well, I told everybody I was streaming, so I'm still gonna do the Fall Guys stream. And I think that's all I have for you. Oh, and this is the progress on the Mousie art. I'm nowhere near done the line art. It's taking me so long. But I'm loving how it's looking. The clutter looks so good. I had some good suggestions of extra stuff to add to the clutter, so I've added some new items. And we'll see when I work on it next. I might try to finish the line art off stream if I can because I'm scared it's gonna freeze again. But right now I'm also prioritizing the rest of the Halloween product design, so it might take a while. And I also really want to get that ducky painting finished before the Halloween shop update because it'd be nice if it was a print for the Halloween update. So there's certain products I need to order ASAP, so I need to do those first. Then I can work on more art stuff. Because luckily prints I can order closer to the shop update because they come a lot faster than a lot of the other stuff I get. So I gotta prioritize those products before the prints. And I think that's all the updates I had for you guys. So I'm gonna end the vlog here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Kiki, there's a vole in! Kiki, get it! Kiki! Midna's got it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Should I be filming this? Oh my god! Oh, don't bring it in! Don't bring it in! No, she brought it in! Midna, no! Go back. Midna!
She dropped it too.
Did it run away?
I don't know.